Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Students are still joining. We'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll start.
Excuse me, ma'am.
हाँ, yes, please. Yes.
मैम 8085 ट्रेनर किट जो होती है उसमें हम प्रोग्राम इंस्टॉल करते हैं, तो उसे एग्जीक्यूट और रन और उसका रिजल्ट देखने के लिए क्या प्रोसेस है?
वो मैन्युफैक्चरर टू मैन्युफैक्चरर पे डिपेंड करता है। जैसे अगर डीएमएस की किट है तो वो अपनी डीएमएस कंपनी जो है वो अपनी किट के साथ उसका मैनुअल प्रोवाइड करता है, और उसमें अगर उसने लिखा है कि एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए आपको गो लिखना है, गो टाइप करना है, GO गो, तो आप गो टाइप।
यस मैम।
अगर उसमें लिखा है इसमें स्टार्ट करना है, एग्जीक्यूट लिखना है, कोई कंपनी रहती है वो एग्जीक्यूट कमांड देती है, बोलती है कि आप एग्जीक्यूट लिखो प्रोग्राम को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए। और फिर कंटेंट्स देखने के लिए वो स्टेप्स देते हैं कि अगर आपको रजिस्टर के कंटेंट्स देखना है तो इस तरीके से प्रोसीजर है, अगर आपको कोई मेमोरी लोकेशन के कंटेंट्स देखना है तो इस तरीके से प्रोसीजर है। तो ये जो प्रोसीजर है ये किट टू किट वेरी करता है। हम लोग एक काम करेंगे, जब थोड़ा प्रोग्रामिंग हो जाएगा तो मैं कॉलेज से किट मंगवा लूंगी और मैं उस किट पे तुम लोगों को एक प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करके दिखा दूंगी, लिखकर और एग्जीक्यूट करके।
मैम एक्चुअली मैंने एक 8085 सिमुलेटर डाउनलोड किया है फोन पे, तो उसमें मैम मैंने प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट किया, वो तो हो गया, बट रिजल्ट देखने का प्रोसेस मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा। इनफैक्ट मैम मैंने डिप्लोमा में पढ़ा था 8085 ट्रेनर किट पे मैंने प्रोग्राम्स किए हुए थे, कई सारे किए थे और रन भी कराया था, रिजल्ट्स भी देखे थे। तो उसके थ्रू मैंने मैम किया ये गो एग्जीक्यूट करके, ये तो एग्जीक्यूट हो गया, बट रिजल्ट देखने का प्रोसेस मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है और उसमें कहीं पे ऐसा कुछ दिखा नहीं कि वो पता चल जाए कि क्या प्रोसेस है उसका।
अच्छा, आपने रिजल्ट किस में स्टोर किया है, रजिस्टर में या मेमोरी लोकेशन में?
मैंने रजिस्टर में स्टोर किया था एक, लाइक मैम मैंने एडिशन का किया था, तो एक्यूमुलेटर से कंटेंट मैंने वापस सी रजिस्टर में कॉपी कर लिया था।
अच्छा, देख लेंगे उसको एक बार। कहीं कहीं पे कुछ मिसिंग हो रहा होगा, आप मतलब कोई इंस्ट्रक्शंस मिस हो रहे होंगे जो आप देख नहीं पा रहे होंगे, रजिस्टर कंटेंट्स या मेमोरी का कंटेंट्स चेक कैसे कर सकते हैं, ऐसे कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस अगर होंगे तो एक बार
मैम आई थिंक
सर्च
मैंने
कर
लिखे हैं
लीजिएगा।
तो मैं आपको भेज दूंगी।
हाँ ठीक है,
मैंने शायद प्रोग्राम और कंटेंट लिखे हुए हैं, मैं आपको सेंड करती हूँ, फिर बता दीजिएगा।
ठीक ठीक ठीक, ओके। So
Okay, ma'am.
34 students have joined, so shall we start the class now? I will share my screen. Yeah, is it visible now? The screen is visible? Screen visible hai?
Ma'am.
Can you see the screen? So shall we move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
So last time we have seen majority, almost 99% instructions, and based on that we had started some programming, but we could not do much more programming. So we'll start with some programming today, and tomorrow we'll go with some other topics, the further topics of that interfacing or interrupts or other memory mapping, etc. So today we'll see some few programs so that you will have some idea that how to write the program, etc. with 8085. So last time we have covered uh, all the instructions, data transfer instructions, logical arithmetic instructions, and branching instructions, etc. So and we have done some addition programs also, addition of two numbers. So today we'll go with some other program. The program is to subtract two 8-bit numbers. So let's say your two 8-bit numbers are given in memory locations. Let's say it is 2501, first number is given, and 2502 memory location, the other number is given, and you are asked to subtract the second number from the first number. That means 32 will be subtracted from 49, and you have to store the result in 2503 memory location. So this is what is asked to you to do. So then how will you write the program? Because the data is given in memory location, so you need to point out that memory location. So by which pair you will point out the memory location? You can point out by DE, you can point out by HL. But if you are pointing it out by HL, then you can use that data as M register, M data. So it's better, always better, instead of pointing out with some other memory locations, you should point out by HL pair. So we have pointed out this 2501 memory location where your first data is given, that is through HL pair, and then we are taking those contents, because M will be referred to contents of 2501 memory location. So this particular memory location contents will go to accumulator. Now you are incrementing the HL pair by 1. INX means it is X stands for pair, IN stands for incrementing, and what it is incrementing, it is incrementing HL pair. So now HL pair previously it was 2501, so it will become now 2502. So what is available at 2502 memory location? At 2502 memory location, second byte is available, which you have to subtract from first byte. So now with this instruction, your first byte is available in accumulator, and with this instruction, your second byte is available in M. So you have to subtract M contents from A contents. So you will write the instruction SUBM. That means accumulator from accumulator contents, M contents will be subtracted. Then again you are incrementing the memory pointer by 1. That means you are pointing out to now 2503 memory location. Why? Because we are asked to save our result in 2503 memory location. So where the subtraction result will be available, the subtraction result will be available in accumulator. So you have to, when you increment HL pair by 1, so you have to transfer this data from accumulator to M, so that it will ultimately go to the memory location pointed out by HL pair. And what HL pair is pointing out? HL pair is pointing out 2503. Sorry, here it is some mistake. It is 2503. It is 2503. So now your result is available at 2503. So this is the way you will subtract your 8-bit numbers. Now we'll go with any problem with this particular program.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Here it is not compulsory that you have to always take 2501 memory location. You can take any memory location, and when you are working on 8085 kits or simulators, there they must have provided some memory location to write your programs, because other memory location they must have used for their kit designing or their what is called as their base program. So they must have specified you that you can write your program from this memory location. So in that particular case, you have to write your program from those memory locations only. If you are writing in from other memory locations, then it will not be executing, because it will not accept the data from those memory locations. But when it is not specified, you can write in any place from 000 to FFFF. So we'll move with the next program. Now what is next program is telling you, you have to add two 16-bit numbers. Now previously we have add two 8-bit numbers, but here now it is asked that to add two 16-bit numbers. But because microprocessor, this micro 8085 is 8-bit microprocessor, so at one memory location you cannot store 16-bit data. You have to store 8-bit data in one memory location and another 8-bit data in another memory location. So one 16-bit number will occupy two memory locations. So let's say you are taking your first number in 2501 memory location and 2502 memory location, and second number you are taking in 2503 memory location and 2504 memory location. Then the most significant 8 bits of two numbers to be added are in memory locations in higher places. That means lower byte of 8-bit 16-bit data will be available in 2501, higher byte will be available in 2502. Here lower byte will be available in 2503 and higher byte will be available in 2504. And you have to store the result. You will add lower byte to lower byte and higher byte to higher byte. And where you will store the result, it is asked you to store the result in next consecutive memory location, that is 2505 and 2506. So in 2505 you have to store the least significant byte of your addition result, and in 2506 it is asked to store the most significant byte of your memory location, addition. So how this will look like, your first 16-bit number is available in these two memory locations. Least byte is available at this memory location, most significant byte is available at this memory location, and the other number is stored from 2503. So least significant byte is available at 2503 and most significant byte is available at 2504. So when you will add these two 16-bit numbers, your least byte should be stored, least byte should be stored at 2505, and MSB most significant byte should be stored at 2506. This is what is asked or given to you. Now based on this data you have to write your program. So how will you go with this? This is the data. Let's say this is the data given, that this memory location is containing this memory location is containing this. So you have to add this 16-bit number to this 16-bit number, and result, whatever is this result, you have to store in this memory location. So lower byte will be stored in 2505, higher byte should be stored in 2506. So this is the data given to you. Now how you are writing? You are taking the help of instruction LHLD to point out, like, the data is available at 2501 memory location, first least significant byte. So you have to take that byte into accumulator. So what you will do, you will take get the 16-bit number in HL pair first. So HL pair means now what is available in what is available at this particular place. 2501 data will be available in L register, 2502 data will be available in H register. This is what LHLD instruction is doing. So data of 2501 will be available at L, data from 2502 will be available at H. Then you will do make use of exchange instruction. Exchange instruction will exchange the contents with DE pair. So now your DE pair will be replaced with HL pair data. So your D will contain H data and E will contain L register data. Then again you are pointing out LHLD 2503 because your next 16-bit data is available from 2503 memory location. So now 2503 memory location contents will come in L register and 2504 memory location contents will come in H register. So you have your first 16-bit data in DE register pair and you have your second 16-bit data in HL register pair. So Now what you will do, you will take, because all arithmetic instructions they happen through accumulator, so you have to take the least significant byte of DE register pair into accumulator. So that's why you are taking the contents of E register into accumulator, and what you are doing, you are adding it with L contents. So L L is containing least significant byte of first 16-bit number, and E is containing least significant byte of second 16-bit number. Now they both are getting added and the result is stored into accumulator. So again you are saving the result from accumulator to L register. So your lower byte addition result is stored into now L register. Then what you are doing, you are moving D data, that is higher byte data, into accumulator, and you are adding with H contents. So H content is containing higher byte of second data, and D register is containing higher byte of first data. Now they both will get added, but if your previous result, addition result, is generating the carry, you have to take care of that carry and you have to add that carry in your most significant data. So here what you are doing, you are, instead of making use of, here you have done ADD, because here no previous carry is considered. It is considered that the carry is 0, but here the carry must be generated with this particular addition result. So instead of writing ADD instruction, you have to write ADC instruction. There may be carry generated, there may not be carry generated. But if it is no carry generated, then 0 will be added. If it is carry generated, then 1 will be added. So you are adding this with carry, and the result addition is stored into accumulator. So now this accumulator data will go into, you are transferring into H, because lower byte addition result you have transferred into L register, higher byte higher byte addition result you are transferring into H register. So now your data, your result is available in H and L register. So you have to, it is asked to you to store your result. Sorry, here it should be 2505, because you have to store the result in 2505 and 2506. So exactly LHLD and SHLD instructions are exactly opposite. In LHLD you are taking the contents into H and L register. Here you are transferring the contents from H and L register to memory location. So your first addition result, your least significant byte, is available in L register, which is pointed out, which has to be transferred to 2505 memory location, and your second, that is higher byte of addition, is available in H register, and you have to store that into 2506 memory location. So this is why you are using SHLD instruction, so that your result is now stored into 2505 memory location and 2506 memory location. Because we are having 8-bit register, so we have to write this long program. Understood this program? Any problem? You can go through once to this program, and if you have any problem, yeah, Sakshi, please ask. Sakshi?
मैम जैसे यहाँ पर है कि हम 2501 में कोई डाटा पहले से है, उसे हम HL पे में लोड कर रहे हैं एट मेमोरी लोकेशन 2501, बट मैम अगर ये हुआ कि पहले हमें 2501 मेमोरी लोकेशन पे
डाटा डालना पड़ेगा
मैम, तो उस मेमोरी लोकेशन पे पहले हमें डाटा स्टोर करना होगा ना।
हाँ,
तो
हाँ.
उसके लिए हम MVI या मूव का ओके मैम।
यस, आप उसके पहले, जैसे आपके पास किट में तो ऑप्शंस होते हैं रजिस्टर में डाटा स्टोर करने के, बट रजिस्टर में डाटा देने के, बट यहाँ पे एज्यूम है कि आपके पास दिया हुआ है डाटा, और अगर नहीं दिया है, अगर आपको कहा गया है दैट यू हैव टू स्टोर द डाटा इन 2501 विद द नंबर्स विच यू वांट टू ऐड, तो यहाँ पे हियर योर 2 इंस्ट्रक्शंस विल बी, you have to write more instructions, MVI H comma something and MVI L comma something.
Yes ma'am.
Understood? Yeah.
Yes.
Any
Yes,
other doubts? Any other doubts?
No ma'am.
Okay, then we'll move further with another program. Now the same program that it is you have to add two 16-bit numbers, but here it is asked that you have to make use of DAD instruction. Now what is DAD instruction is doing? DAD instruction is adding the contents of DE and HL. So previously you have not used DAD instruction, but because you are available with DAD instruction, so you can use that particular instruction. So now what we are doing, we are writing the first instruction as it is. So your 2501 contents will come into L register and 2502 memory location contents will come into H register. Then you are exchanging it, that means you are transferring those contents to DE register pair. So H content will go into D and L contents will go into E register. Then you are again pointing out next memory location 2503 because your second 16-bit number is available from that particular memory location. So now instead of previously we have written that move E comma A, sorry, move A comma E and add L, but now instead of all these 4-5 instructions you are writing DAD D instruction. What DAD D instruction is doing? DAD D instruction is adding the contents of DE and HL. That means D contents will be added to H contents and E contents will be added to L contents. So here now you have saved 4-5 instructions of this program. Here you have written these many instructions: move A comma E, add L, move L comma A, move A comma D, add C. These all instructions A1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are eliminated with the use of DAD instruction. How? Because it is directly adding the contents of D to H and E to L. So now your result is available in HL pair. Always DAD result is available in HL pair. Now you have to store that those result into 2505 memory location and 2506 memory location. So with SHLD instruction you are storing the result to 2505 and 2506. So now because you have the special instruction DAD instruction, you have shorten your program. Where you do not have the special instructions, you have to write the long programs. Understood? Any problem with this?
No, ma'am.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now it is subtraction of two 16-bit numbers. So your first number is given in this memory locations. The other number is given in this memory location, and you have to subtract these two numbers, for the second number from the first number, and the result should be stored into these two memory locations. I think I have this should be. Let me see the program, then I will come to. Yeah, it is right. The program is right. So your first byte is given in memory location 2500 and 2501, and next is given in 2502 and 2503, and you have to ask to store the result in 2504 and 2505. Previously we have done addition of two 16-bit numbers. Now we are doing subtraction of two 16-bit numbers. So first byte that is 2501 memory location is containing 96. When you have to do the subtraction, how you do the subtraction with microprocessors or with digital operations? Subtraction as such, there is no like a direct subtraction available. You have to do the addition, but addition is different and subtraction is different. So how subtraction is done? First you have to take the ones complement of the number, and ones complement means all will be inverted, and then you have to add one all these bits one by one. So if I have asked to subtract, let's say I have to ask I am asked that this is the number and this is the number which I want to subtract. So now for which I have to take one's complement of this or of this. I have to take one's complement of the data which is what is my data? Where is my data? 69 hex. Oh, 051 is containing 96. Yeah, okay. 051 is containing 96 and this is containing 69. What is my first byte over here? Yeah, to explain this particular instruction, what we have done, we are explaining like instead of going directly to the subtraction, yeah, I have gone little down maybe with this addition and subtraction. So my first data was 6A19 and second data was 5C15. So when I write the program subtract 2, we'll skip this particular instruction program. This I want you to give it to your assignment, subtraction of two 16-bit numbers. You have to try that. Prior to that, we'll go with what is one's complement and what is two's complement, because subtraction means you are doing the two's complement and adding it to the first number. So what is first complement of a number? First complement of a number means directly inversion of the bits. So 0 will be inverted to 1 and 1 will be inverted to 0. So if it is asked to do one's complement of number given in 2501 memory location, then let's say this number is there 96. Then what will be the one's complement of this number? 9 means it is 1001 and 6 means it is 0110. So when you do one's complement, 1 will be inverted to 0 and 0 will be inverted to 1. So this is the way you will get one's complement of 96 as 69. So your result will be 69. One's complement of 96 is 69. And suppose if your number is E4, then what is E4? E4 is 1110 0100. So if you are taking one's complement of this, then it will be 0 0 0. This will be 1. This will be 1. This will be 0. This is 1 1. So your data will be 1B. So one's complement of E4 is 1B. Now finding how will you write the program? Your number is given in 2501 and you have to store the result in 2502. So what you are doing, you are using the instruction LDA 2501. So that means your now accumulator will be loaded with the contents of 2501 memory location. Then you are complementing the accumulator contents, because one's complement means inverting of each bit, complementing of each bit. So this is applicable only to accumulator contents and to memory contents. So here we will use the accumulator contents. So that's why we have used LDA instruction. So data from 2501 memory location we have taken into accumulator, and we are doing complementing accumulator CMA. So all bits of accumulator will be complemented and you are asked to store the result in 2502 memory location. So you will make use of STA instruction. So your result will be stored from accumulator to 2502 memory location. Understood? Any problem with this?
No, ma'am.
So next we'll see 2's complement. What is 2's complement? When we say 2's complement, then we first do 1's complement. That is, we implement each and every bit, and for 2's complement we add 1. So if you are asked to do 2's complement of 96, then first we have to do 1's complement of it, and then we have to add 1 to it. So 69 added with 1 will become 6a. So 2's complement of 96 is 6a. Why do you want to go with 2's complement? Anybody? Why do you want to take 2's complement of a number? Can anybody answer? Your voice is not coming. Whoever is answering. Why we take? Huh. Kshetragya, you are talking? You are answering? Please raise your volume. Raise your mic volume. Why do we take 2's complement? Where we do need?
Even subtraction.
Yes. Because that subtraction, you do not have direct procedure of subtraction. First you have to take the 2's complement of the number which you want to subtract, and then you will add this 2's complement to the first number. This is how you do subtraction. So that's why you have to do 2's complement. For subtraction you have to do. Good. So how we'll write the 2's? Let's say we are given the program, we are given the number in 2501, and we have to do the 2's complement of that particular number. So we use LDA instructions. So we take the contents of 2501 memory location into accumulator. Then we will complement it with the help of CMA instruction. This is how we get our first complement of the number. Then for 2's complement we have to add 1. Comma should not be here. So you will add immediate add, that is, this immediate data is added to accumulator contents, because complementing result is available in accumulator. So you will be adding the data in accumulator. 01 you will be adding in accumulator. So now this is how you get the result. The result is available in accumulator, and you are storing the result. You are asked to store the result in 2502 memory location. So you will make use of ST instruction, and your 2's complement number will be available in 2502 memory location. So understood? And everybody understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll go with the other number. Now this is another program which is asking you to count number of ones of the content of the register D and store the count in the register B. That means, suppose whatever may be your contents of D register, you have to count the number of ones in that particular data, and you are asked to store the result, that is number of ones, to B register. So what you will do, first you will make the one counter clear, because you have to store the result in this particular register. So previously there may be some contents in B register. So to take the precaution, you have to make this register 0. So with the help of MVIB instructions, MVIB, 00, you are making B register 0. Now what you are doing, you are taking the C, you are taking 8 in C register. Why you are taking the 8 in C register? Because there are 8 bits in 1 byte. 8 bits in 1 byte means you have to count the number of bits which are 1. This is what is asked in your program. So each byte is containing 8 bits. So as a counter, you are taking 8 in C register. Now what you are doing, your data is available in D register. So you are moving the data in A register with the help of move A comma D. Then what is RAR is doing? Can anybody tell me what is RAR is doing?
मैम एक्यूमुलेटर का कंटेंट राइट शिफ्ट करता है विद कैरी.
With carry. Why? Very good. Because C is not written in this, so it is rotate accumulator contents right with carry. So what is RAR doing? RAR right में करता है, मतलब क्या करता है? Carry bit को क्या, how do it work? RAR instruction. When you rotate the contents to right, what happens?
मैम जो बिट 0 होता है वो कैरी में चला जाता है. बिट 0 की वैल्यू कैरी में चली जाती है और कैरी की वैल्यू बिट 7 में चली जाती है.
Yes.
In same way other bits like
Yes,
B6 B7 में.
Good. So your D0 bit is going to carry. So why we are using here RAR instruction? Because you have to check whether the digit is 1 or 0. So how will you check whether the digit is 1 or 0? You have one bit flag, that is carry flag. So you make use of this particular flag for this particular program. When we transfer the D0 contents to carry, then we check the carry, then we will come to know from the carry contents, we will come to know that what was the status of D0 bit. If carry is 1, that means D0 bit was 1. If carry is 0, then that means D0 bit was 0. So whatever may be the contents of D0, by checking once you do RAR, that will be shifted to carry, and when you check the carry, you will come to know whether it is 0 or 1. So here you are asked to count number of ones. That means if the carry is 1, that means it is the digit 1. If carry is not 1, that means the digit is 0. You are interested in carry, that means you are interested in one digit 1. You are not interested in 0 because you have to count number of ones. So what I have written here, JNC to skip. That means if carry is not there, then you have to go to skip. Why skip? Because you are counting the number of ones in B register. So carry nahi hai, that means the bit is not 1. So bit is not 1 means there is no point in incrementing the register B. This shows that carry is not there. So decrement the counter. That means you have checked now 1 bit. Out of 8 bits, D0 to D7, you have checked 1 bit. So now you are decrementing it by 1. So now it will become 7. Again, 7 means it is not 0. So you are checking for 0, whether it is 0 or not. So it is not 0. Not 0, that means your 8 bits checking is not done completely. So you are again going to RAR instruction. So now your data, D0 has already shifted to carry. And now D0 के जगह पे क्या आया है? D1. So now your D0 position is occupied by D1. So now ultimately by RAR you are checking D1 position, because now it is shifting to the carry location. So you will check with this whether carry is there or not. मैडम क्लास में है, मैडम अभी क्लास ले रहे हैं. हेलो, so now likewise what you will do, you will check all the 8 bits of that particular register D. Madam, good morning, madam. Yeah. हाँ 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 हाँ। अच्छा, ठीक 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 है ठीक है। हाँ ठीक। हाँ हाँ yeah. So what will, so did you understand this particular program? Have you gone through the each and every instruction?
Yes.
Anybody who has not understood? See, these instructions are rotate right, rotate left, etc. They are not just to rotate. We have to make the efficient use of these particular instructions. So now here you are told to count the number of ones, but nobody told you that you have to use RR instruction. Then it is your it is your creativity that you have to, if you know the application of these particular instructions, you can make use of these instructions into your application, whatever program, whatever task is asked to you. Now here there is no, like, it is not referred anywhere that you have to use RR instruction, but your program is such that by using RR instruction you are easily able to check whether it is one or whether it is not one by checking the status of the carry. So that's why you have written this particular program with the help of RR instruction and JNC instruction by checking the status of carry. Anybody is having any problem with this program? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All of you have understood this particular program? Now we'll go with another program. We'll see find larger of two numbers. Actually, why we are going through these programs, so that you will understand that there are so many instructions, RAR, JNC, etc. How to make use of this particular instruction. Now you are not told in your program that you have to use this instruction, you have to use that instruction, but it is your job to make the efficient use of these instructions and to write the smaller program for that particular operation. If you do not make use of this particular instructions, then what will happen, your program will become lengthy. You will go on writing instructions one by one, and it will occupy more memory space, and it will occupy more execution, it will take more execution time. So it is your job to write such instructions that so that your program will be shortened and you will get your results in less number of time. So this is how you write the program. Now suppose if you are asked to find the larger of two numbers, let's say your first number is given in 2501 memory location 98, and another number is given in 2502 memory location, that is 87. Now which is larger? The larger is 98. So you have to find out that which number is larger, and whichever number is larger you have to store that particular result in 2503 memory location. So first you have to take, how will you write the program? You are taking the first byte you are pointing out memory location with 2501 because your first data is available in 2501, and you are taking that data into accumulator. You are incrementing the memory pointer to 2502, and now this data will be available in M, and you are comparing it with accumulator data. Now accumulator is containing your first data, that is 98, and memory is containing your another data, that is 87. So comparing this, what is comparing doing? Comparing is indirectly doing the inside subtraction, and we have seen that what comparing is doing, if accumulator contents are less, then carry is generated. If accumulator contents and the other number contents are same, then zero flag is set. If accumulator contents are more, then carry is not set, and zero flag is also reset. So by comparing the first data with second data, if because you are asked to find out larger number means accumulator is containing, suppose if accumulator is containing larger number, then no carry will be generated. So you are checking whether no carry is there, that means your accumulator contents are larger, and then what you have to do, you have to store this larger data into 2503 memory location. So if you find that there is no carry generated, it indicates that accumulator contents are larger. So you are jumping to STM, this memory location, this instruction. What this instruction is doing, this instruction is storing the accumulator contents into 2503 memory location. That means your larger number is getting stored into 2503. But suppose if your number is not larger, the one which you are taking in accumulator is smaller number, then there will be carry generated. So if carry is generated, then instead of storing the accumulator contents directly to 2503 memory location, you are transferring the larger data into accumulator first, and then you are storing it to 2503 memory location. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So similarly, you can go with smaller number, finding out smaller number. You can do that, I think, because if you can do larger number, you can do for smaller number. Then there are other numbers also. You have to calculate the sum of the series. So if you understand the instructions properly, like whatever instructions are there to make use of effective use of this particular instructions, you can write any program. So it is not now necessary to explain you each and every program. You can write, so you can take this for assignment, that you have to calculate the sum of series of even numbers. So your series is given from memory location 2500 to in 2500. How many numbers are the series is there, that is given, that is 4 numbers are there in the series, and from 2501 memory location 4 numbers are given. So you have to find out the even number first, and then you have to add those even numbers, and then you have to store the result in next memory location, that is 2505 memory location. So this program you have to take into your assignment. You have to write this program for your assignment, program 13, and you have to calculate the square of the given number. So these two programs you will take for your assignment today. So all of you would start writing your attendance in chat box. Now tomorrow onwards we will continue. We will not continue. We will give the programs for assignment or for tutorials to you, because now you are knowing a majority all the instructions, and you know the logic of writing the programs also for others. So now you have to make use of these instructions, and you have to write the program. We cannot explain each and every program, because this logic you have to develop. So tomorrow onwards we will go for some memory mapping, some interfacing applications, etc., because we have to cover along with 885, we have to cover 886 little part and 8051 microcontroller also. So you got your assignment, now understood your assignment. Okay, Romit, you raised the hand, please ask the question. Romit?
Ma'am, can you share these slides?
Yes.
Ma'am, it will be very helpful.
Yes, today I will share the slides.
Okay, ma'am.
I will share in your WhatsApp group. Yeah, all of you have written the attendance. Any problem till this? Has anybody written that? Everybody written the attendance? So let me stop sharing and you put your cameras on. I will capture the photo. Yeah, all of you please put your camera on. All of you put your camera on. So okay, we'll end now and tomorrow onwards we will give two programs for assignments every day so that you will develop the practice, and then we will tomorrow onwards we will go for some memory mapping or some other interfacing of devices with 885. So okay, I'll end the meeting now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.